It is 1:30 Universal Time. I'm Jim Tedder in Washington. Iraqi Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki says he is ready to hold talks with rebel groups prepared to join the political process. However, the Prime Minister says he will not negotiate with those who carry out violent attacks. About 50,000 Iraqi troops have spread across Baghdad in a major security effort. They were joined by more than 7,000 American troops. Mr. al-Maliki has ordered extended curfews and a ban on vehicle traffic in Baghdad during Friday prayer hours. That is when most attacks have happened. Also Wednesday, Iraqi police said a bomb explosion in Baghdad killed 2 people and wounded 6 others. The United States-led coalition and Afghan forces have killed 26 suspected militants in eastern Afghanistan. Local officials say the battle was in Paktika province, near the border with Pakistan. The provincial governor says 4 civilians were killed in a separate rebel attack in the area. Also Wednesday, the United States military said suspected Taliban militants attacked coalition troops in the southern Afghan province of Helmand. The attack killed 1 American soldier and wounded 2 others. Coalition troops killed or wounded 12 suspected militants. The fighting comes as coalition and Afghan troops launched their largest offensive against the Taliban since the group was ousted in 2001. More than 11,000 coalition troops have been deployed in 4 southern Afghan provinces. The International Criminal Court says it has evidence of thousands of killings and hundreds of sexual attacks in the western Darfur area of Sudan. The top lawyer of the ICC, Luis Moreno Ocampo, included details of the mass attacks in a report to the United Nations Security Council. He says many victims and observers report that the attacks were mainly against 3 ethnic groups in Darfur. Mr. Ocampo has criticized Sudan's national courts. He says they have made little effort to investigate crimes against humanity in Darfur. The Sudanese government says there is no need for the International Criminal Court to be involved in Darfur. Police in Mexico have fired tear gas at thousands of teachers on strike in the southern city of Oaxaca. The teachers set up temporary shelters in the city center for 3 weeks. They were striking to demand pay increases. Media reports say 3 people died in the clashes early Wednesday, but a local official says no one was killed. The striking teachers moved back into the central area of Oaxaca later in the day. President Bush and Colombian President Alvaro Uribe say they will continue to work together against the illegal drug trade. The 2 leaders held a press conference after meeting Wednesday in Washington. Mr. Bush praised Mr. Uribe for what he called his strong belief in democracy and for fighting illegal drugs. President Uribe said Colombia must do more to end the illegal drug trade. Separately, the presidents said they hope to soon make final a free trade agreement between the United States and Colombia. A United States non-profit group has warned that free trade agreements between the United States and Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru will harm the developing countries. Oxfam America released a report Wednesday that presents the negative effects of the proposed agreements. The report says the free trade agreements will harm thousands of small farmers in the Andean area. The report says the agreements will make medicines more costly and favor foreign investors. Colombia and Peru have signed free trade agreements with the United States. Oxfam America says the United States Congress should not approve the agreements. The group says developing countries must use trade to reduce poverty. The United Nations Nuclear Agency plans to discuss the Iranian nuclear program at a meeting Thursday in Vienna, Austria. A recent report by the International Atomic Energy Agency says Iran has again started uranium enrichment activities. On Wednesday, Iran's foreign minister said an international plan for his country to return to talks on its nuclear program is a step forward. Manucher Motaki said Iran is studying the offer and will answer it as soon as possible. Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Olmert says his plan to set Israel's borders in the West Bank will be carried out with or without agreement from the Palestinians. Mr. Olmert said he would like to carry out the plan as part of negotiations with the Palestinians. However, he said he will go on with the plan even if the Palestinians do not cooperate. The Israeli leader spoke after meeting with French President Jacques Chirac in Paris on Wednesday. The United States government is investigating cases of cheating and waste of aid money for the victims of last year's powerful storms, Hurricanes Katrina and Rita. The General Accountability Office says some people gave false information to get aid. The investigators say that in some cases, the financial aid was used to go to football games and take holiday trips. The Federal Emergency Management Agency says the amount of misused aid money totals $16.8 million. In sports news, Germany has beaten Poland at the World Cup soccer games in Dortmund. The score was 1-0. The results give Germany 6 points from 2 matches. Earlier Wednesday, Saudi Arabia played against Tunisia. Each team got 2 goals. In the German city of Leipzig, Spain beat Ukraine with a score of 4-0. David Villa shot 3 goals for Spain. And now briefly, here again is the major news of the hour. Iraqi Prime Minister al-Maliki says he is ready to hold talks with rebel groups that are prepared to join the political process. The International Criminal Court says it has evidence of thousands of killings and hundreds of sexual attacks in the Darfur area of Sudan. And in Mexico, police have fired tear gas at thousands of teachers on strike in the southern city of Oaxaca. That's the news in Special English. This is Jim Tedder reporting.